Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breech coming to you. I know I have talked Raw 1000 to death, but none other than The Rock made his appearance and said that he was given a title shot at the Royal Rumble. I scratched my head a little bit to see why he was given this title shot, whether it's just because he's a legend. He didn't say that he wanted it, he didn't ask for it, he just said that he was given it. But once that sank in and the show ended, I was one of many people to go out and purchase a ticket to go to the Royal Rumble next year. Royal Rumble is going to be held in Phoenix. It'll be my third trip to Phoenix. One time I've been there for WrestleMania 26. Another time I was there for spring training. I believe it was in 2006. I watched the Oakland A's play for a week, and that was honestly one of the best vacations I ever took in my whole life. It was just me watching baseball day in, day out. And it was fun times. Even though the A's aren't my favorite team, they were a fun team to watch. This trip will be in and out, much like my SummerSlam trip will be. But I'll be going down there, none other than freaking Yaya 88. Will be down there helping me out to get to the show and back to the airport. Meeting up with another than Luke Cage, getting the Freebirds back together. Kid J11's going to be there. Above Average Muda's thinking about making an appearance. I don't know. I was even sending touts to Salt and Battery trying to get him to go. I'm not really 100% sure if he's in or not. I think he'd be crazy to go or not for a one-day trip. But if we can get the whole clique back together, baby, more the merrier. I don't know. Yeah, breaking down the whole Rock thing, it's easy for a whole lot of people to jump on board, and it is honestly why I bought my ticket, to say that I saw The Rock win the title for what hopefully is the last time. I don't see him winning another WWF Championship after this match. I don't even really know if I really see him wrestling after WrestleMania 29, but a lot of people think that he's going to go into WrestleMania 29 as the champion, and that is a pretty historic thing to do. What they do from there, I have no idea. Everybody thinks they know what the match is going to be. People have said it's going to be Rock versus Brock, which would be a damn good match. Rematch from SummerSlam 2002, or we can get a rematch from last year's WrestleMania of Rock versus John Cena, and John Cena can get that monkey off his back and finally win that. Finally win the match, not only win the championship. But if I was dream booking this event, I think you have The Rock come in and he faces John Cena for the titles. That way you can build the Royal Rumble up as the Rock versus Cena 2. Right there, you have Cena be the champion, and you have Cena beat him. I mean, a lot of people are expecting The Rock to win the title, and I think it'd be a big thing. Like, wow, Rock came in there, got his championship shot, and didn't do it. But as everybody knows, Rock's already said he's going to be appearing at WrestleMania 29, and then boom, you have your rubber match, since it'll be tied 1-1. Cena can put the belt on the line one more time, and we'll see where we go from there. Maybe The Rock can win the title at WrestleMania, and that'll be a bigger story than him winning it at the Royal Rumble when he didn't deserve a title shot or do anything to earn it. It's pretty funny. I think it was. I think it was Meltzer that picked this pointed this out. It might have been Alvarez, but they come out a week after Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and they have John Cena go through a Money in the Bank match, and basically put his career on the line, trying to kill himself just to win that one title shot. And The Rock just shows up on Raw and doesn't even ask for it, and they give it to him. And I think that's pretty crazy. But one way or another, we're gonna have a damn good match. Not only that. Guaranteeing, Rock, facing anybody. A lot of people think that, Rock will face CM Punk, and Punk will hold the title all the way until January. I'm not 100% sure about that. But, that would be a good thing, since, he just, sort of turned heel on him and hit the GTS on The Rock. When's The Rock going to be able to come back and get his payback? And be a damn good way to get his payback by, stealing the WWE Championship from him. But I'm a little bit, scratching my head why they would do it at the Royal Rumble. Maybe that's just one time that he's able to do it. It's easy to say that he's going to win the championship. That way you only have to have WWE be without their, champion week in and week out on Raw, which is going to be a big thing. Why are these guys fighting if your champion's not there? It doesn't really make 100%, sure. And I think that's the one reason why they haven't put the title on Brock Lesnar, since he came back, since, Lesnar's not going to be there, and it really won't make sense why you have guys fighting if there's no title shot in the near future. If he just packs his bags, put the title in there, and heads back to Hollywood, people are going to be like, well, what are we doing? You got a lot of pay-per-views in between SummerSlam, which is going to be headlined by Triple H and Brock Lesnar, going to the Royal Rumble, and I think those pay-per-views are normally when WWE hits their lows. I'm not saying they're on a low right now. I'm as high on WWE as I've ever been coming off that Raw, but I've sort of been negative. I want to be positive. Raw's going to be going 3 hours, and if they start putting out bad shows, people are going to be scratching their heads, being like, damn, maybe I should just come back when The Rock comes out. I mean, it was a real big kick in the pants when The Rock showed up at Survivor Series last year. He did the tag, him and John Cena, against The Miz and R-Truth. Weren't the best opponents, but they were the best opponents that they could give them and have a good rest of the card. It's a wonder why they couldn't have him show up maybe at Hell in the Cell or at TLC, Vengeance. Maybe do Survivor Series again, because you already know Royal Rumble's going to do a big number no matter what. It sets up WrestleMania. You get your number one contender for one of the titles. You get 2 title matches. It's always a good, solid pay-per-view that everybody buys. You know that you're going to buy WrestleMania. You know you're going to buy Royal Rumble. Everything else you buy if something pops up. And every once in a while you have a big pay-per-view like Extreme Rules this year when Brock Lesnar showed up and had his first match back, and everybody bought it, and he got a huge buy rate. Why didn't they bring life to one of these other pay-per-views that not that many people, care about? I mean, last year, not that many people cared about Vengeance when it rolled around, but when the show happened, WWE showed up and said, hey, we're going to put on a damn good show, and a lot of people were kicking them in the pants, saying, hey, damn, we should order that. And, I don't know. I'm not saying to put The Rock on a second-tier show, but maybe you bring life to one of those shows to say, hey, this is the show that means something, and we should order it next year. But those are my thoughts. Hope everybody has fun. If you're heading down to the Rumble, or you already have tickets, or you're getting tickets, let me know in the description box. It'll be a fun day. Yeah, come on.